Early bird catches the worm. It's almost 4:40. Gym opens at 5. Saturday morning usually opens at 4, but Saturdays opens an hour later. I would be there early, but not today. So first we're going to start out with some electrolytes. That's what I do every morning. Scoop of this in my water after I weigh myself. You don't want to be cramping during workouts. It's the worst. I think this is about 20 ounces of water to start the day. General rule of thumb is you want to drink half your body weight in ounces. That's how you want to hydrate. Days you work out, you want to add in an additional 20. Almost forgot the creatine. Creatine is one of the more researched supplements. Okay, bottoms up. Oh, still a little bit left. Nothing goes to waste. Not in this household. Feels good saying that. This household, right? Never said that before. My first house. Okay, vámonos. After you, my lady. Whenever you first get to the gym, you're kind of like rushing to get to your machine. You don't want anyone to take it. That happens sometimes. You're just about to reach your machine, and then someone swoops in. You're like, you snooze, you lose. You gotta be quick. Now time to warm up. Don't skip your warm up, people. It's important. I remember one of the last times I got injured. Guess what? Didn't warm up. Go figure. It's like starting your car in the cold and then just pressing the gas and just going. Deputy. It's pretty good, pretty level. Your piston press. This is gonna work the upper chest right here. I don't have the best upper chest, so that's why I work those movements into my regimen. You wanna basically design your workout program to emphasize the areas that you wanna improve, right? Not just do a workout program that someone else is doing, right? Because they might have a completely different body composition than you and slightly different goals. So you want to structure in a way that is going to improve the body parts that you want to focus on. And I like doing the piston press because doing it this way, I feel I keep a lot more tension on the chest, which is good. I'm doing 4 sets of 5 for the piston press. What that means, so once I press the way up, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, all the way up to 5. So what you just saw me doing right now, those are just warm-up sets, so those don't count. This is the first 4 set of 5 with this weight. This is what I'm gonna be doing, okay? And I like just to do a few warm-up sets once again, just to get some blood flowing. You don't wanna tear something. Get some blood flowing, get your body prepped for what you're about to do, get it primed, and then have at it. Just kidding. One down, 3 more to go. Whew. Now, depending on what I'm doing, like these kind of lifts right here, when I'm going really heavy and I get done with a set, I like to take my time in between sets and recover. So usually take about 3 to 4 minutes. Once I get the heart rate down, then I'll go back into my second set. But remember, if those first couple sets that you're doing, if they're pretty, like relatively easy, then they don't count. You gotta be struggling on all those sets. Those last couple reps that you saw, you should be struggling. And by the time you get to like your last couple sets, the last reps of those sets, you should barely be able to get. You should be fighting for your dear life. Like your ancestors are watching, your life depends on it. That's when the growth happens. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Come on. Five. That's how you should fight. It's hard to convey intensity and effort from afar. That's how it should look. Now you know. First set of the next lift. We're gonna do some weighted dips. Once again, place emphasis on the body parts that you want to improve. I'm trying to get the upper chest going, so dips are a great exercise for that. And I like to focus on strength. Muscle is a byproduct of strength. So my primary focus with a lot of my lifts is just to get stronger. Even get little squats in with this. Okay, full rep. That's the cool thing about having someone with you. My camera woman, she gets to call me out if I start to do any half-ass reps or anything like that. That's the thing when you're working out by yourself, like when you don't have someone to actually give you some coaching cues, because when you start to fatigue and get tired, the first thing to go out the window is your form. So to have someone there and be like, hey, finish that rep, all the way down, all the way up, full range of motion, right? You get a little bit more out of it. So I think ideally it's good to work out with a buddy. I mean, obviously it comes down to a matter of preference, but me personally, I prefer to work out with someone, you know? So no more talking, Trevor. Let's go, get serious. Whew. How are those reps? All right, good. So another thing to note, I can't tell you how many times I see people just kind of going through the motions with their workouts, right? Maybe they'll Google something, you know, it's 4 sets of this, 4 sets of that, 3 sets of this. They go in, they go through the motion, they call it a day. I'm telling you, you could have the best structured regimen ever. If intensity and effort is not in your regimen, right? If you're not pushing yourself to the brink of failure, your body's not gonna change. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So keep that in mind. Train insane or remain the same. Who said that? Who was the first? You know? I don't know. It's a good one though. So even on upper body days, still work on my calves. So check it out. Believe it or not, this is actually progress. I started hitting this machine about 6 months ago. Once again, as a reminder, guys, the body parts you want to improve, you really got to put some volume in them and place emphasis, right? So upper body days, I make sure that I do a crap load of calves because God didn't give me nice calves, but that's okay. I get it. He wants me to work for him. So this is what you got to do. We're going to talk about progression overload real quick. So progression overload is basically just, by definition, creating new stimulus on the muscle, okay? There's a dozen different ways you could do that. One way is you could add weight to your lifts, right? So for example, 6 months ago, when I started doing the calf raise, I was only doing 100 pounds, right? I was doing around like 5 sets of 20, okay? Now, once 5 sets of 20 starts to get easy with quality form, because remember, you want quality over reps. If you're just rushing through, you're not getting quality reps. There's no point in upping the weight. Quality over reps always. Make sure that you could do, let's say 5 sets of 20 really well, all the way up, all the way down. Once it's no longer challenging, boom, you're gonna go up a weight. I recommend adding about 5 pounds. And you can do that 1 to 2 weeks, contingent on form doing great, and you can get through it and it's no longer challenging, okay? And now, we're doing 180. 6 months ago, I could barely do 100. So, needless to say, that's some good progress and I'm happy with it, so. Speaking of quality reps, quality over reps always, all the way up, all the way down. Get that stretch, all the way up, all the way down. I like the Converse too. I like working on Converse, especially with this, because I feel like they have much better traction. For whatever other reason, like my Adidas, I just constantly slip on this. It's annoying, then I have to, you know, resituate my feet. I prefer not to do that, so that's why I rock my Converse to the gym, specifically for this reason. Oh yeah, it's starting to burn. So you see. See, so what I'll do is I'll probably stay with this weight for another week or two, and then once I'm able to come all the way up, then I'll increase the weight. So people talk about gym intimidation, where it's scary to come into a gym for the first time and just kind of get comfortable, which I get, especially if you didn't grow up in a gym, but it's really not scary at all. I mean, if you look around, it's just really people that are self-focused. They want to come in just like you, get their workout in, focus on their health, improve it, right? And then get out and go back to their everyday life. You know, that's it. I think it's natural for your brain to go to like worst case scenario, and you go over like all these hypothetical made up scenarios. Like, what if I trip and fall on my face and everyone laughs? Or what if someone's, you know, pointing at me? It's like, I'm telling you right now, 99% of the shit that you think is gonna happen will never fucking happen. I promise you, it's not gonna happen, right? If you can get over that first hump of just going in regardless of how you feel, I promise after a couple times of doing it, you're gonna go, oh, this isn't so bad. Actually, everyone's kind of friendly and helpful. I promise you. You got this.